it's Mrs. Hasty here. So the other day, not recently because of all the snow, but the other day when I was up at my cabin, I was going through all my gear, and I realized that scuba diving is kind of like here at school. We have some rules, and I wanted to kind of share some of those things with you. So in scuba diving, we have rules to help us keep safe. Now, Mrs. Hasty loves to go scuba diving, but right now I can't really go scuba diving because number one, snow. Number two, I've got an extra passenger on board right now, so I can't really go diving. However, there are some things that really made me think about how we can be safe. And one of the things is we have special gear to help protect us and to keep us safe. So you might know Mrs. Hasty. Mrs. Hasty is all geared up right now. I've got my special flippers on to help me swim in the water a little bit better. I've got my wetsuit on to help keep me a little bit warmer, especially right now in this Minnesota weather. And then I've got this strange looking device. This is called my BCD, and it has some different tools on it that help me. This would be hooked up to my air tank in the back. Now, I don't have an air tank in the back right now because it's too heavy and I can't have that extra weight on me right now. But I would have an air tank hooked in the back, and it would be hooked up to my different tools. I could hook it up to this so I could fill up my BC, so when I jump into the water, it helps me to float on top of the water. I can also fill it up like this and fill it up with air too. The other tool I have is my regulator, and they call this an octopus. And it would hook up to the back to my tank, and I would have all my tools here. And I would have my handy dandy dive computer to tell me how deep I am, how long I've been underwater. I would have my regulator. This is the mask I would wear. This is what I would wear over my mouth to help me to breathe and to be safe. And then I would have this mask right here. This mask looks a little bit different than our mask. I'm gonna put my glasses down here. I'm gonna put my mask on. Now look at my mask. And remember, I would have this one in. You might have gone snorkeling before and had this in. Doesn't my voice sound silly, friends, by the way? But I would have my gear on. Now, one of the biggest rules when I'm diving is I don't want to put my mask up like this. That's a big no-no. Because if I jump into the water with my mask like this, guess what happens to my mask? And then I am out of luck because I don't have a mask and I can't see where I'm going. The water would splash in my face. I couldn't see anything. It would not be good, friends. So when I have my mask on and I'm diving, I have to put it like this and make sure it's covering my eyes and my nose. And then this mask has to cover my mouth, this regulator, so I can breathe. Well, that kind of reminded me of at our school. We have our masks here at school. They look a little bit different. This one's what Mrs. Hasty wore today. And look at my mask. My mask I wear to be safe and to protect myself and others. And look at how it covers my nose and my mouth. And I have to have that because that's how germs get in your bodies. Remember, they get in through your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. So you want to make sure that you have your mask and that you mask up before you travel, so that way you can keep yourself safe and you can keep others safe. So it's kind of like you're a diver. You have a mask too to help you keep safe and to keep others safe. So anyway, oh, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you, friends, that I noticed. So sometimes when I'm diving, I start out in a boat. And obviously Mrs. Hasty can't start out in a boat right here. But I would be diving in the boat. Now I'm gonna hand my regulator here back because it would be hard to do. Thank you. But when I'm in the boat, I have to get into the water somehow, right? So when I jump into the water, I have to have my mask on, ready to go. I want it all nice and sealed. That means that it's touching my skin. And I would have my regulator mouth. Now I don't have that reg in, so I'll put this one in. And once I jump in the water, there's a person who's on top of the boat who watches to make sure you're safe. And they look at you to make sure you're safe. And once you're safe, you jump into the water and you go like this. And that means, okay, I'm safe. So when you jump in the water, you go like this. You might see Mrs. Hasty do that with you sometimes, because if a grown-up asks you to do something that's safe and appropriate, you say, okay, and do it right away. You might hear us ask this, especially about your masks. We're not trying to be mean or rude. We just really want you to be safe. So if we say, mask up, you can say, okay, and do it right away. So it would look like this. Miss Hasty has her mask on. I'd go up to the edge of the boat. Ready? I'd hold it, and then jump in. All right. Bye, my friends. I'll see you later.